reading a story from the life of Jesus. In Luke chapter 5, beginning in verse 27, we read this. After this, Jesus went out and saw a tax collector by the name of Levi sitting at his tax booth. Now, something you need to know before we go on, in their culture, in their place, being a tax collector was an extremely bad thing. It was more than just you're working for the IRS. In their culture, the tax collectors, they were collecting taxes for the Roman government. And so the Roman government, that was the government that had come in and taken over Palestine, that had the Jews under their thumb. So if you were a tax collector for the Romans, the Jews saw you as a traitor. You'd committed treason in their eyes. Okay, so this is a big deal. So there we find Levi sitting at his tax booth. "Follow me," Jesus said to him. And Levi got up, left everything, and followed him. Then Levi held a great banquet for Jesus at his house, and a large crowd of tax collectors and others were eating with them. But the Pharisees, that's one of the Jewish religious groups, the Pharisees and the teachers of the law who belonged to their sect complained to his disciples, "Why do you eat and drink with tax collectors and sinners?" Jesus answered them, "It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance." The religious leaders of Jesus' day were upset because Jesus was so willing to associate with people who seemed to be the farthest away from God. Don't we do the same thing sometimes? You see a Christian that's hanging out with these people that seem to be so far away from God. They're like, what are they doing over there? Well, if Jesus were physically walking on this planet right now, where do you think he would be? We, Christians, we claim to be followers of Jesus. But if we follow in Jesus' footsteps, we will find that they lead to those who don't yet know him. That's where the footsteps of Jesus go. Are you willing to go in his footsteps? Are we followers of Jesus? During this invitation, if you need to talk or pray with somebody, I'm going to be standing here at the front, as well as our associate pastors, Russell and Don. Or maybe you just need to come and kneel and pray. Maybe God's laid somebody that you know on your heart, somebody that doesn't know him yet, and God's really speaking to you. You could be one of the greatest blessings that person's ever encountered if you're willing to go to them. However God's speaking to you, let's listen. Let's respond in faith. Would you stand? Let's pray.